Civic. I'm flossing in my Civic. I'm riding in my
All right, what's up, good people? It's your boy AUTOMOTIVE. Back tuning in with another one. As you can see, colors back on the grind. Got the music in the trunk. I just have to turn it up. I'll crunk up the car, let it run while I was playing the music. And honestly, over the fucking exhaust, you really can't hear shit. Barely, if at all. So, that's coming. Exhaust, quiet that motherfucker down. Like I said, this system ain't meant to be no ear bleeding ass system, bro. Like, it was just throwing something together to put in no cut dog. So hopefully here near future it should be good. I gotta finish getting the screws so I can secure the speakers inside the box. There's only like 2 holding it, and it's doing what it needs to do at this moment. I think we'll be good. The amp does have fans on it. I mean, honestly, from what I could see, I mean, it's gonna get a little hot because we know we had like a 2 ohm load for the speakers, but the max output for that, amp is like, what was it? Where's my paper? Getting paper. I must have got the keys on me, cause they not in there. There they go. Yeah, so the RMS was 1 channel at 4 ohms at 300 watts time 1. And the max was 600 watts time 1. So we only use 1 channel. This is 4 ohms, but the speaker's 2. So I think it means that it's trying to pull more energy. It's overworking the amp. Basically what I'm trying to say. I think this one is gonna be titled "The Math Ain't Mathin'." So with each speaker, all right. So let's do some mathing. So 150 watts nominal, 800 watts max for each of these speakers, right? 150, 800. After that, and that's a 4 ohm, right? 4 ohm speaker, 4 ohm. So does that mean that well, we know that these are both 4 ohm speakers. We know at the terminal on the back of the box, it's like 2 ohm, right? What else do we know? Let's see here. We know that the amp is getting kind of warm. What else do we know? The fans are working though. I can hear the fans cut on, so that's good. What else? We do know that we got this other amp right here that I bought from work that I'm just on the edge about to take it back because like I really feel like I don't need it. So this is a class A amp. I forgot what it is. Anyway, required for installation not included. This says it's called for 8 gauge amp installation kit, and it said call for 16 gauge on the speaker wire. So, but I've been watching car audio fabrication here lately, and I don't think that the math is mathing, right? So let me take a look at the amplifier itself. Cause I mean, honestly, I'm gonna tell you another reason why I'm thinking about taking this back is just because of the simple fact that this is a Class A. It ain't no Class D amp, that's for sure. Which means it's like an A, B, something like that. But for this setup, it could work, right? It could work. So this one says, so it's got two 25 amp fuses. Okay. Two 25 amp fuses. So the way that I was looking at on what was that website called? On Car Audio Fabrication, he told me how to math, and I don't think that the math is mathing for this particular amp. If it does indeed put out the 1200 watts, so we're gonna pull up. We just want the specs. We don't need all the features, and let's look at the numbers. Look at the motherfucking numbers. So 1 year warranty. Okay. So this is the XPR 540. XPR 540. So 300 watts times 4 channels at 2 ohms bridge. 350 watts times 4 channel at 2 ohms. 600 watts times 2 channels. 600 watts times 2 channels at 4 ohms bridge. Peak music power output 1200 watts at 4 ohms. Now, that kind of make me a believer, but that's only 2 channels when... Is there a way to jump? So say that. Okay, so we got the... Say that we have our dual amp here, right? Say that you were to go to, so if you bridge left and right, would you simply go left and right? That's 2 channels, right? 2 channels bridge and then come together for 1 to get the full 1200? Or how does that work? Somebody talk to me. Because I really don't see the real purpose. But anyway, let me take y'all back to this math lesson that I learned. You know, when I learn something, I love to share it, right? So he says you always want to look at the RMS. Now, being that the peak, the power output, and the peak. So it says power output and peak music power output. So I'm gonna guess that 1200 watts at 4 ohms is peak, and these are RMS numbers for regular power output. So 600 watts times 2 channels. So the way that they showed us how to math, let me unplug that. So the way that they showed us how to math is there's a simple little formula. And you can double check it off your fuses, right? So if it's 600 watts, watch me math now. 600 watts, and then you're gonna divide that by 0.5. The reason that you divide it by 0.5 is because Class A, B, AB amplifiers are about 50% proficient. So to push this 600 watts, it need like more power. So let me do some math. I'll be back. All right, we back with some math. So let me show you the first equation where I fucked it up. All right, so initially we were going off the bridge numbers right here. 600 watts times 2 at 4 ohms bridge. So 600 divided by 0.5, which is the efficiency of Class AB amplifiers. Class D or 80 are 80%. So it'd be 0.8 if it was a Class D, but it's not. So that gives us 1200 divided by your running voltage, which is 13.8, which gives you 86.95, which would round up pretty much to 90 as far as fuses. And that's what these should equal, but 25 each. So 50 at the max. So that math wasn't math, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it has something to do with the bridge portion of it. Not that familiar with it. Let's just go with 300 watts, right? 300 watts times 4 channels at 2 ohms. So some more math. So you do your 300. You divide it by your 0.5, which gives you 600, which you divide by your voltage, which is 13.8, which is going to give you 43.47, which if you round up, there's no 45 watt fuse, but there is 50. So, like I said, I don't know about bridging. Apparently the bridge increases the power, so maybe the math is mathing. But once again, like I said, I might just take this back and get me a, I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Basically the wiring configuration for this box would have to change if we were going to go all the way with it, which I don't know if we're gonna go all the way with it, because yeah. So say that we would leave these speakers or this speaker, well no, say that we were going with these speakers. We were dead set on these speakers. These are the speakers we was gonna run until we gonna blow them. So each one of those speakers is 150 watts RMS. So you need 300 RMS, which that's times 2 channel at 2 ohms. The only thing is these are 4 ohm speakers. So maybe still 150 watts times 2 channel at 4 ohms. If they was wired individual. I'm looking at the wrong amp. So 150 watts on 4 channels at 4 ohms. So you got left, right, front and rear. Okay. So I think, I ain't sure that this amp, which pushes 1200 watts bridged, max 600 watts, then it's gonna be good to go. So, like I said, the whole configuration will have to change because at 2 channel, and it got a wire diagram here too, right? So 2 ohm minimum for each. You're gonna basically have to braid some joints. High level inputs should only be used on RCA outputs are not available from the head unit. Bet, say less. Replacing fuses, make sure new fuse is correct type of amperage. Using incorrect fuse could damage the amp. 540 takes 25 times 2. Yeah. So the math is mathing. 8 gauge for the power wire, which I feel is kind of small, but if it's at 4 ohm, then it doesn't pull as much power as it was at 2 or 1. However, then they got a crossover mode, bass boost, LED, input mode switch, input level control. Yeah, shit look confusing. But either way, this is multiple channel amp. This ain't a 1 channel, it ain't 2 channel. So at 4 ohm, at the 4 ohms load or whatever that it's talking about here, then I would have to add another hole so that I can run each of the speakers. Because when I run them together like that, it goes to a 2 ohm load. So and 2 channels at 4 ohms, yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy. That's why what you should do before you start building some shit is do some research. If you buying on this shit now, if you just pulling some shit out the boxes, then yeah, and just making some shit work, then okay, you get a pass. But do the research or take it to somebody, do the research for you, and be good to go. So eventually what I want to do is I'll probably end up running this amp to the highest. Maybe. I don't know. What I do know is that this over here, potentially, well, I mean, it's 1200 watts too, and this is probably a true 1200 watts. So, I mean, it might be right there in the same category. So, Baby. We'll see. Y'all just stay tuned. But yeah, as far as the sub setup, like, I'm good. Ain't doing no tripping. But if I don't need, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it regardless, cause the other. All right, let's do some more math. So, well, I can't run the other 2 speakers off of just one other channel. I'm assuming, all right. So there was only 4 wires, right? So this is a setup for the bridge to make it do what it do, and it's doing what it do. Now the other 2, I think would definitely be pushing too much, because if we go back and look at the math or the numbers for that original Pioneer amp, which was 2 channel at 4 ohm, 100 times 2, 2 channel, 2 ohm, 150 times 2. Now these speakers back here, which I have no freaking clue about them, right? We're gonna learn today, right? So these is Boss 400 watt max power Chaos Extreme 4 ohm, right? So these 4 ohm speakers will take 400 max power. Let's say that half of that is RMS or a little bit lower, 125 or something like that. That's still not gonna be enough per, like, for that one channel that's pushing out. For that one channel that will be pushing out 300, 150 and 150 might be enough. But then how do you split that signal? Like, see what I'm saying? Like, this shit get real complicated. So how about, hear me out. But still is 1 channel 4 ohm. Well, 1 channel 4 ohm, 300 watts on 1. So maybe if it's split, it might work. But I really feel like we'll be working shit out the amp. So you have a 4 channel amp right here, rear left, rear right, and then all you got to do, once you run that left and that right, all you got to do is double back. All you got to do is double back, and then, so you run the left and the right to the rear, then, and then you get the numbers that we were talking about earlier, which was for 2 channels at 4 ohms, bridge would be 600 watts. But 150 watts times 4 channels at 4 ohms. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 150 going to each set, each channel, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 150 to that one, 150 to that one. Should be good to go. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll find out what's gonna happen. Yay or nay. Play or be played. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go in here and hop on Fortnite. Catch me on the flip. Let me know what y'all think about my hypothesis Am I going down the right track? Do I not know what the hell I'm talking about? Then put it in the comments. Let me know. Until then, I'm gonna put this amp back in the plastic. Cause this amp is only like $100 and something. Like it ain't a lot. You know what I'm saying? 1 year warranty. If it works, it's done its job. It's done its job.